Hey, what is going on, guys? This is Jason with Jadren Aquatics. Thanks for hanging out with me in the fish room. So today we're going to go around. I'm going to show you a bunch of new stuff that I got up for sale. I also want to talk to you guys about some problems that I've been having dealing with new tank syndrome. If you guys have never heard of that before, it's typically problems that you have whenever you start up a new tank. It can be a lot of different things, but it's kind of one of those things that just kind of comes and you just don't expect it. I've had a few tanks where I've had just ick breakouts come out of absolutely nowhere. Then I've had other tanks where the fish just kind of, especially certain guppies, they just don't like something in the water, and they just start to get clamp fins and kind of, you know, start to kind of shimmy, and then a few days later they end up dying. And so that's one of the big things that I'm fighting right now that's getting really, really aggravating. So ones that I know that I've been struggling with, I'm starting to bring them home and take care of them. I'm also, when I get a lot of the newer fish in that are imports, I'm bringing them home and actually putting them into an established tank. Because I was talking to one of my friends about this, and there's something that goes on in a tank that's been established for a while. I don't know if it's some type of bacteria or something that's just in the tank that that keeps them calmer, that keeps them from getting sick. There's just something about an established tank that you sometimes have to deal with the opposite way in a new tank. And when you have 36 tanks at one time that are all brand new, you're going to have multiple problems, and that's something that I'm really struggling with. Just an aggravating thing. But again, I've got to make sure that I take care of the fish that I have for you guys, so that when I ship you guys out fish, it is a extremely healthy fish. That is the most important thing that's to me. All right, so let's go ahead and let's go around and let's check out all the new cool fish I got. All right, so here we have the white Tuxedos. Now this is one of the ones that I was having trouble with. And so you can see they're breeding in this 20-gallon long, and there's, I don't know, 200-300 of these guys in here. They do super well. I never find any dead ones at all in the tank. So I took about 50 of them, different sizes, old, young, and I've pretty much lost all of them at work except for like 3. And that was over the course of about a month. They were fine for about 2 months, and they began to just slowly fade away. Again, just aggravating. So from now on, these guppies are staying at home. These will be ones that I pull from home until I get things straightened out up there at work. You guys might remember I did a video a few weeks ago about some fish that I got in from a import order that I went and picked up on Southwest Airlines, and some of the ones I got in there were some red phantoms. Well, the ones that I'm showing you are not from that shipment. These are ones that I bought at a previous time. The ones that I got on the shipment, I had about 133 of them. They were doing super well. They were eating good. They were all schooling together. They looked good. I had them for about 8 days, and like literally, it's like they had a ticking time bomb in them, because the next day I come in there and they're all dead in the tank. Like, I don't even know what happened. And so I'd even taken about 8 of them to work, and they made it an extra day at work than they did here, and then I lost all of them. So another thing where sometimes getting fish in that are imports can be extremely aggravating. But again, that's why I take them and I quarantine them for a couple of weeks. That way they die on me and not you. I would have hated to have sold those to you guys and they ended up dying in your tank. So instead, they all died in my tank. All right, so here is another fish that we were struggling with at work. These are the half-black red roses. As you can see, beautiful fish. But again, these were ones that were starting to fade away on me at work. It's not a disease. You can tell they just start getting like they're just not happy. I actually talked to Sam about it, the one who breeds the guppies, and he gave me this medication that's like out of the Philippines or Vietnam. I can't remember where it is, but you can't read it. And he gave me a trick on what to do. So I'm gonna try that the next time that starts happening at work. So these guys are also ones that are gonna stay here, and I'll pull orders from these. Again, another one that I struggled with. These are the Dumbo Ear Red Tails. So again, gonna keep these here at home. They've been in here about a month now, and you can see they're doing fantastic. Again, just just aggravating. And then this is last but not least. These are the Albino Coys. Again, another one I was having trouble with, but as you can see, they're doing really well here in this tank. So again, another guppy that if you guys are interested in any of these guys are all up for sale on the website. The ones here beside them are ones I actually don't even have listed yet. These are Albino Coys also, but they're called short bodies. You'll notice they're about half the length of the other ones. I just haven't had time to actually list these guys yet, but again, I've decided to go ahead and keep these at home also. I'm hoping these guys will come out. This is an absolutely beautiful fish. These are emerald Rasboras. These are very similar to Celestial Perodanos, CPDs, or you may know them as Galaxy Rasboras. They're basically the same thing, except they have a different color pattern on them. Again, this is a nano fish that stays pretty small, so you don't want to put it with anything too big because they will get eaten. But again, this fish, as it gets older, it just gets some beautiful patterns in its body. Again, very similar to the CPD. It's one that I've never ever actually seen in a pet store before. So when I saw it, I thought, man, I gotta have these guys. So I never even brought these up to work. I went ahead and just brought them home because sometimes CPDs can be kind of delicate, even though I have CPDs at work and I don't have any problems with them. So these I might take back up, I don't know. But again, a beautiful, cool fish. All right, here is another new one that's on the website. These are Pea Puffers. Pea Puffers are some of my favorite fish. It's just a fun fish to watch. What I do is I take a bunch of snails and I crush them up because they're kind of too small to crush the shells right now. So I crush them up and put them in there and just watch them. And they'll eat until their stomachs literally look like they're about to explode. This is a fish that you can keep it in a community tank. It's not really mean, but it can get nippy to fish that have long fins like guppies. So you kind of got to be a little bit careful with them. But yeah, this is a true freshwater fish. For those of you guys who may think it's brackish water, these are not. These are Indian pea puffers that are a true freshwater fish. All right, here is another new fish. These are the Rio Otapa Swordtails. From what I understand about these, I don't know a lot, but from what I understand, these guys are ones that are just basically like one step out of the wild. Well, not one step out of the wild. This guy's been breeding these for a while. I actually got these guys from a local breeder, but I think they look like what they do in the wild. But you can see the males have this really cool pattern on their backs, and then on that top fin just has that crazy kind of like a red mohawk on them. Really beautiful fish. So I've got these guys also up for sale in pairs. As you can see, I've only got about 6 pairs. I think he said he had some more that he was going to bring me also. So did you know I'm constantly looking for local breeders, because I would much rather sell fish that are bred locally than import fish. So I'm constantly looking. So if any of you guys are local and there's anything you are breeding and you want to be able to sell it in bulk, be sure and let me know, because I am absolutely always interested. Typically after I do a show, I'll come home with more fish than I took, because I'll buy up a lot of what people had left over or weren't able to sell, stuff that people were actually breeding. All right, and here we got a couple of really cool fish that are out of quarantine now. The real long ones you see in here, these are Albino Halfbeaks. These guys are actually live bearers. So just a really cool looking fish, very different. They typically like to stay at the top of the water. As you can probably see, some of them kind of up there. These guys have just got out of quarantine, so these guys are actually up for sale. And then the other fish that's in there is clown Killies. Now these guys are going to be kind of tough to see. There's some up here in the corner, but these guys are probably just a little over a ½ inch long. These guys are very, very small right now. But if you haven't had a clown Killie before, these are some beautiful, beautiful fish. Once they get up a little bit bigger, they get these glowing blue eyes, and they have this cool red tail to them. Let's see if I can't go up here in the adults that I have. There, that's one of my males that I have. As you can see, it's just a beautiful, beautiful fish. Very docile fish, and very one of those type that's, you know, it's kind of just like a little puppy dog. Also, we've got I've got a bunch of Kribensis. I also have albino Kribensis. Those are actually at work, but the regular Kribensis I'm keeping here. It's not ones that I've had any problems with. I just happened to bring them home one day and decided just to put them in this 40-gallon. And then there's also some small Apisto cockatoide fry that are in here. All right, in here we've got a rare Apisto. These are, I'm gonna mispronounce it, it's like Apistogramma Baenschi. It's also known, I think, as an Indian Inca 50. This is something that's actually bred by a local guy also. So again, not an import. This fish is a little bit more expensive because it's one that you just almost never see. It's just a very uncommon one that you'll just almost never find in a fish store. All right, this is another fish that I'm excited about. These are electric blue Acaras. I was lucky enough to find a local breeder who actually is breeding these currently, because I've had quite a few people that have been asking about them. So now we've got the electric blue Caras. These guys are up for sale and looking really, really good. All right, last but not least, these are not the ones for sale, but these are the Turkana Jewels. The Turkana Jewels are the ones that just get a beautiful, vibrant red when they are ready to mate. And you can see they got that just cool looking spangling all over their fins. I've got a bunch of these for sale. The ones I have are about half this size, but they're getting close to being sexually mature already. These guys spawn really, really easy. They take amazing care of their fry, and these are not typical jewel cichlids by any means. They are a lot more calm. They don't typically mess with each other. They can get a little bit bossy with some other fish, so I'd classify them as kind of being semi-aggressive. But again, man, these fish are absolutely stunning when they get that beautiful red color in them. All right, so there you guys go. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I'll try to link all this stuff down below so it's easier for you guys to find. You guys got any questions or comments, be sure and leave them down below. So thanks again, guys, and God bless.